There's a particular technique in music called leitmotif. It's very popular in soundtracks, operas, or musicals, places where the story is expected to be told or aided in telling through music. I have a series of videos on the leitmotifs in various Toby Fox tracks, the primary reason being that Toby Fox is a genius in the area of leitmotif. His usage of it is especially interesting, since it's subtle enough that I've seen people not notice even the most basic of leitmotifs, such as Once Upon a Time, which is used in much of the soundtrack, over 5 minutes worth of it. But it's also obvious enough that it's the first time I've ever seen people complain about it. Like I said, the technique is nearly ubiquitous. Koji Kondo is probably the most famous video game composer in the world. I'm confident in saying that since you're on the internet, you have heard his music. He's an extremely talented musical genius, and here's some of his work for the Super Mario World soundtrack. Every single one of those tracks had the same melody or a variation on that melody. Super Mario World has an atmosphere, and that atmosphere includes having every single level theme be the same melody. There's no particular reason for it, but it's not bad just because it has that. In fact, it's really great. Arranging is not easy work. I can't tell you exactly why in this video, but suffice to say that it's not just switching out instruments or changing tempo. And the leitmotif usage in Undertale is not just arranging either. It's all related to the topic at hand. It all has a purpose. Dog Song uses the same melody as Enemy Approaching because it's for a dog enemy. Temmie Village uses Dog Song's melody because, just like Greater Dog, Temmie is an enemy, and a sort of weird doggish thing. Dating Start is used in Snowed In Town because Snowed In Town is a friendly place, and Dating Start is also played during the hangout scene with Papyrus if you don't flirt with him. It's also used in the shop theme, partially because shops are in-universe a sort of safe haven against all violence. And it's used at the end of Hopes and Dreams because despite everything, he still considers himself your best friend. Asgore's relation to Spear of Justice I didn't even realize until I tried playing Asgore on guitar. I put it up in a YouTube video, but none of the compilations of leitmotifs I found actually mention this. Asgore ends like this. Compared to Spear of Justice. And of course, that also has a good explanation. Undyne is the Spear of Justice because she's killing you in order to free all of monster kind. Asgore is doing the exact same thing. For Undyne, it's syncopated, it's jazzy. She enjoys what she does, probably because she's still relatively innocent compared to Asgore, as she has never killed a human. The song ends with that motif for Asgore to remind you that despite the determination and heartache, he's still a child killer, even if he doesn't enjoy it. And nearly every leitmotif in the game is that meaningful. Saying that Toby Fox's use of leitmotif is lazy is like saying that Shakespeare is lazy for writing an iambic pentameter. Structuring your music in such a way takes far more effort than writing per se. So Toby Fox does not reuse songs for no reason. In fact, when it comes to reusing songs, Undertale is one of the least guilty of any RPG I've played. Nearly every song is used in only one situation or one area. In fact, Waterfall and Hotland both have 2 songs associated with them. Most areas in most RPGs will only have 1 song, and even that song will often be reused from another area. Undertale has 96 songs for 10 hours of gameplay. And that's 10 hours if you're slow, if it's your first run. And between those 96 songs, there are 44 unique melodies. And within those 44 unique melodies, there are 32 melodies that are reused. And whenever any of those melodies is used, it means something in the context of the game and in the context of what's happening when the song is used. So please don't say it's lazy. Because if you say that Undertale's music is lazy, then Koji Kondo, who needs no introduction, Yoko Shimomura, who wrote Super Mario RPG's soundtrack, Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, and Street Fighter 2's soundtrack, Nobuo Uematsu, who wrote much of Final Fantasy's soundtrack up until 12, and heck, I'm just getting names from Smash Brothers credits. All of those people have to be lazier than Toby Fox. And that takes quite a big stretch to believe.